All right, good morning. It's great to see everybody. My niece is visiting and I met her at 8 for coffee, so I'm feeling a little more wired than usual. And it's also certainly excited because the sun is out. And it's not so much that I don't like rain, it's just felt like it was going to be every day for perpetuity. It just felt like the weather just couldn't get a hold of itself to make any change. So I think it's just part of it's just that, oh, it's a change. It's not raining today. So it's very good. Very good. Okay. So let's come to our chairs and just start to create our 90-degree angles. If you need, your shoulders need a little nudge, just take your index finger and just gently push them back. Feel those sit bones on the floor. No, feel them on the chair. Feel your feet on the floor, side by side. Number 11s. I'm just going to scoop this down just a little bit. There we go. Great. And just gently, very gently, as if you've got a string attached to the tops of your hands and they're equally rising upward. And when you get to shoulders, just gently turn them over as if you've got cups in here. And maybe you feel like in each arm you're holding a beach ball or something. And at the same time that you feel the arms gently reaching upward, you're also feeling the shoulders moving backwards. So you're feeling the shoulder blades beginning to move towards each other. Great. Now take and move those arms right in front so that you cross one arm over the other. And just sigh it out here as you give yourself a hug. Another inhale and exhale. Now open up again and recross. Opposite arm goes on top. Breathe into it. Like this is giving you incredible relief and inspiring you and allowing you to release as well. And now just open those arms up, uncross them, bring them up in a V, and gently look up towards the sky. And we really will be greeting the sun today and loving every minute of however long it decides to stay out. And then just turn those palms down, float the arms back, bring them back. And then if it's available, kind of gently hook the elbows around the back of the chair and take a little bit of a lean forward. You can also have your hands down here. You can just have them out. And lean forward and then just bring those hands and rest them nice and easy on your thighs. Let's just take our gaze over to the left. And we'll go back and forth, but we'll coordinate it with our inhales and exhales. So you would inhale, exhale, pause, inhale, exhale, pause. So you're always moving on the inhale and pausing on the exhale. And this next time, when you come over to the right, exhale and just dip your chin down towards your armpit and just let it hang right there. The head is going to feel a little bit heavy. You're still keeping both shoulders back towards the chair. Now let the chin come through. Look up over your left shoulder and then let it angle down so that the chin is towards the armpit. And breathe. Nice. And we'll do this again. So take a half moon across, look up and out the right side, and then angle it down. Then take your left arm out and maybe you take it back. just to increase the stretch a little bit. Breathe into it. And now release. Come over to the other side, look up, angle the chin down, and then take the opposite arm and reach it back behind. And of course, bring the breath into it. And now release that. Take the chin down, take it up, reach your arms up, looking up towards the, the sky, or that place where your wall meets your ceiling. Feel yourself with an inhale. It's as if you're lengthening through the rib cage. So the arms move only because your rib cage is moving. Now take in place, one hand on top of the other. Clear the slate, bring it down. And just bring those hands back to your thighs. Another inhale. And exhale. Sliding your feet out. Point the toes. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. And now alternate. Flexing and pointing. Nice. Together. Heels. Toes. Heels. Toes. Side by side, windshield wipe. Great. Just feeling those hips. Good. Point and flex again. Nice. Bring both feet down, lift the left leg, and now circle. And other direction. Right leg, circle. Other direction. And down. Now see if you can, if you have your shoes off, see if you can lift your toes off the floor and then separate them. And then bring them back to the floor and then lift them off the floor, just your toes, see if you can separate them. And then place them back down. And then lift. Nice. Now place those toes down and now squeeze the toes and open and squeeze and open. So if it's on carpeting, squeezing the carpeting, or imagining you're on grass or sand. Nice. And now just let the toes come to rest. Press into your feet. So you feel the ball of the foot, heel of the foot, side of the foot pressing into the floor. Release. Press into the floor. See if that activates your core. Release. Press. And release. And press. So press and hold for a moment and just see if you can feel that your back presses against the back of your chair. Release. Press again and bring your awareness to your low back. Release. One more time. Press. And release. Great. Let all those muscles in your legs relax. We'll take the left leg and open and close. Tapping it. Nice. Bring it back in. Plant it. Right leg. Open and close. One more. Plant it. Let's try open and close both legs at the same time. Open, close. One more. And plant them. Now lift the left leg up and just circle it. At the same time you're circling the left leg, you've got your right leg and foot planted to the floor. You might even be pressing against it. Reverse the direction of your circle. There's two more. Here's 1, 2, down. Coming to the right leg, lift it up, circle it. planting and pressing into the left foot. This activates all the muscles in the leg, and now reverse direction. 2 more, here's 1. 2 and down. Scoot back in your chair if you've moved. Take your hands in light little fists and just do some tapping on your quads. They might be telling you that they just worked. And along the side, the iliotibial band. Back to the front, and now just tap just above your knee. This is where the quads, which means 4, come down, join tendons, and come right into your kneecap. So just press, not press, but tap right in there. And come back up. Take your hands out, palms together, all the fingers lined up, interlace, and just press gently forward. Take a nice inhale and exhale. And see, make sure your shoulders have stayed down. Okay, bring the arms back, press forward. So you don't go to full extension. You keep a circle with your arms and come back and you press. We're stretching out the fingers, the hand, and also the inside wrist. Back. And now swoop it down, lean forward, bring it up, turn the palm, swoop it down, press forward, bring it up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Clearing the slate. Clearing all the brush away. Last one. Sweeping it up. Sweeping it away. And now just press down. And out. I feel lighter. I feel like you just got rid of a bunch of things you no longer need, or that are not serving you, or that cause your mind to go in circles. Great. Let's squeeze our eyes, open and squeeze, and then add some movements around your mouth and your jaw. Just stretching as much of your face as you can. I know you can see me, but I can't see you. So all good. And come to pause. Take your 2 fingers, take them right beside your ear. Press right into that nice little hollow place beside the ear, and then find that jaw joint and come right down. Nice massage right along the jaw. And then reverse direction of your circle and just take those fingers back up, right to beside the jaw and beside the ear. Nice. And take the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Lean forward just slightly. Let your arms come right down at your side. Think about sternum forward and shoulder blades slightly coming towards each other as we lift and roll the shoulders. So forward, lift, back, down. Nice slow circles. Gently bringing some movement into the shoulders. Nice. Not to worry if you hear a little creaking in there. All right, let's reverse direction. So it'll be back with a squeeze, up, forward, down, back, squeeze, up, forward, down. It's taking our time with this. Our joints these days like us to prepare them before we ask that they do too much. You might notice this in your knees more than anywhere. And down, and now take your hands right to your thighs with your palms up. So here's palms down, knees, not knees, thumbs towards each other. Now open them up and take the thumbs as far away as you can. So the thumbs are pointing to opposite walls. Thumbs together, and now turn, take those thumbs and open them up and down and turn those thumbs out. So you really kind of have, they want to be kind of here. So you really have to kind of put put effort into taking the thumbs and pointing them away. Good. And now just release that and sit back in the chair. Let's take our arms out. First, we'll start the arms out, extended from the shoulders. And now we're going to bend at the elbows and bring the hands, 4 fingers in front, thumb behind. And we're going to go into side bends, lifting the opposite elbow. Keep your back right against the chair and a support, because we want to stay on the same plane. We don't want to lean forward here. We want to keep our alignment. So the hips stay as if they're glued to the chair. We go side to side, stretching the side rib cage. All right, bring those hands down. So my shoulders went a little bit up. I'm going to lower them down, and then just take, like you have chicken wings here, and just open up. So you've brought your elbows back. Nice. Now take your hands, put one behind your neck and the other right on top of it. And take those wings, elbows together, open. Elbows together, open. Nice. One more time. Open, release. Palms are down. Now take your arms into our cactus arms, keeping that upper arm lifted as we do this, and then bring them together. Hold right here for a moment. Keep breathing into this. Bring your arms, your forearms, as close as you can together. Great. And if you'd like a little bit more with this, you just begin to separate the hands, keeping the elbows together. It takes a good stretch into a mighty stretch. All right, now we're going to take and just lift, 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 separate, look up, turn the palms, and bring them back down. And just pause here so we can take a breath. And know that at any time throughout class, pause and take a breath, or pause when you've done enough of something. If the repetitions are too many, just pause when you know that you have reached your gentle edge. So I'm your leader, your guide, but this is your practice. This is your yoga class. So being always mindful of your particular spots in your body where you know you need to be careful. Maybe there's one knee or one hip, but just being always aware of your body. So we'll sit and we'll slide ourselves a little bit forward, and now we'll toe heel, the legs open, at least as wide as the chair legs. And again, before we do any movements, just press into the floor, both feet, release, press, and release. And just press and hold. Feel that energy, core, quads, hamstrings, legs, and release. Remind yourself about shoulders back. Super, super great. Excellent. Cauldron this morning. Right here, big wooden spoon, and just take yourself side, side, forward, back. Keeping the spine long. So we're not folding forward. We're coming forward with nose, chin, sternum. Taking this, maybe your cauldron actually is a magical cauldron and it's way out here. So just taking this where you want it to go. All right, pause, front, and now just reverse the direction of your big wooden spoon. Nice. And just always remind yourself that you want to keep in aligned spine as you do this. And one more time, bring it back around. Roll the shoulders, bring those hands down. And just come to a tall, seated, open-legged mountain. Letting the jaw relax. Shoulders down, sternum forward, arms relaxed. Press into the floor, just to remind yourself of that support. We still have our 90-degree angle right here. This is our sturdiest, safest way to be, with knee over ankle. Okay, good job. And we're just going to take easy twists. Let's just start out with easy twists. Taking your head around each time you go around. But we're keeping it slow and steady. And we're keeping our spines long. Think of it as a spiral. Spiraling and spiraling. Pause when you're over to the left. See what you see. It might be a new view. If you're looking at a window, maybe you're looking at a favorite plant or piece of art. Inhale, lift the hands, and now come to the other side. So you're at your gentle edge, but you're not pushing anything. And you've got the rest of your body is with you on this, supporting you. Maybe your feet, you're putting a little bit of pressure into the feet here. And again, your gaze takes you off to a place. Normally, we are looking straight ahead. And that's how we are made, and that's safe. When we walk or we're doing anything, we need to gaze straight ahead. But sometimes it's nice to take a twist, see something different. Enlarging your perspective, looking at a problem, an issue from a new direction. Changing as the Dalai Lama says in that great book, change your perspective. He talks about the 8 pillars. And why am I not? Oh, it's called the Book of Joy. Book of Joy. I think it's, hold on, I'm going to get it because I love this book. It's the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu, Book of Joy. It's unbelievably fantastic. You can see how I've marked it up. But it's a conversation between them, and where they discover how much commonality they have, an agreement about humanity, basically. It's not so much religion, it's just how we can live as human beings, and some guides. Their 8 pillars is what they talk about, guides for increasing the quality of our lives and our connection to each other. Okay, great. Get sidetracked there, but again, that book is just an amazing book. We're going to take our left hand and just cross it over, tap the shoulder, twist, take it back. Tap the shoulder, take it off to the side. Tap the shoulder, twist it back. Last one, tap, bring it back, and let the hand come down at your side. Other side, right hand crosses to the left, taps the shoulder, goes back. And your head is following this movement, as is your torso. Following as you move the hand across the body, and then behind the body. Here's our last one. Out and back. I'm going to do an experiment right now to see if we can do one at a time. So taking your left hand, cross, tap, back, hand down, other hand, cross, tap, back. Ready? So keep changing. We do one with each hand. Remembering that we cross first, come back, reach back, and cross, tap shoulder, reach back, and cross, tap shoulder, reach back. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Down. All right, inhale. And just let your head draw down just for a moment. Let your head be heavy. Let it just hang here. Breathe in and out. See if you've disturbed or agitated any thoughts that you might be able to let go of, at least for now. And then maybe after class or in a couple of hours, you'll have a new perspective on that. And it won't be quite such a nudgy problem. All right, press into the floor. Keep your hands where they are. I'm going to press the sternum forward. So you're actually coming in to a curve of the spine forward. And then come back to a straight spine. And now press the sternum forward. And come back to a straight spine. Press it forward. And straight spine. One more time. Press. And come back. Scissoring the feet together. Scoot back in your chair. Let's just first start with some high stepping. So taking each knee up one at a time. Feel your low back. You've realigned yourself back into seated mountain. So you want your low back against the chair. Transferring weight. Nice. Take it down a little bit lower and just take it into a nice slow motion jog. The opposite hand matches opposite leg. Nice. And maybe you want to take it just a tad bit faster. Totally up to you. Maybe you're out on a country trail, a nice wide trail, and you're just doing it just very easy jog because you don't want to miss anything. You want to be able to see what you're passing. Slow it down again. Stop the hands. Keep the legs going. 3 and 2 and 1 and down. Hands on your lap. Couple more inhales and nice releases. One more. To release. Okay. Coming forward on your chair. Keeping that 90-degree angle. Ready? Before we stand up, just take your arms back as far as they can go. Maybe they touch the chair behind you. Now here are my arms, but maybe I can lower them just a little bit. So my shoulders are not here. They're down, and I've just sent my sternum forward. Terrific. And bring the hands back. We're going to come up to standing. So let's do a couple of kind of test runs of bringing the weight forward so the weight comes forward, straight spine, and back. As you're coming forward, press into the floor with your feet, and back, and forward, and back. All right, pause, inhale. Release, and now we actually will come to standing. So taking the arms forward, come forward with the body, come on to the feet, lift up, and your hands and arms come down. Back up to the chair, we'll reverse that process. The arms come up, hip hinge, slow motion, down, and sit. Nice and easy. Come forward. Keep those ankles under your knees, or you can try the strong foot forward method as well. So hip hinge, arms forward, take the momentum forward, come up, arms up, wide, and down. All right, let me get my head into this, literally and figuratively. Get my head in the game, as they say. Speaking of games, Olympic Games coming up. I listened to a long report about that yesterday. For spectators, we're all about, yes, let's bring the athletes out, let's watch the sport, but my word, there's so much to it, especially this year with COVID restrictions, and how important it is for Tokyo to host these games, because next it's Beijing, and Tokyo wants to look good. And I mean, it just was an hour-long radio program. It's fascinating, actually. Okay, so let's realign ourselves so that we're in standing mountain. We have our hips over our knees, over our ankles, shoulders over hips. Side down those shoulders, hands gently at your side, or that exercise that we did earlier with the thumbs, you can take and roll your thumbs out if you like. It's another way to hold yourself in standing mountain. Completely up to you. So gaze is straight ahead. You can kind of feel your sternum forward as the shoulders move back, but it's not requiring any effort for you to do this. It's just the way that they automatically go. Just squeeze into your toes. They're nice and lined up in the number 11. Let yourself, your whole, like weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Let yourself just kind of gently sway forward and sway back. Not a big movement. We're just coming out and having different parts of the feet take more of the weight. So feeling yourself like you're completely rooted into the floor. And you're just swaying over your center line. Now you can also take this side without bending at the waist, without tipping your shoulders. It's truly just holding this axial extension and just weight, moving side to side. So it is a small movement. Now take it so you hit all parts of the clock. I think the scariest part of this move is when you have to go back more on your heels. It's definitely a little bit of a sense that you could come off your balance. So just be aware of that. And now take this circle opposite direction. Axial extension. Everything remains lined up as you go around, and you are looking straight ahead at something that's not moving. And then just come to center, pause in center, feel that weight squarely on both feet, and then just lift those arms up. Not requiring a lot of effort here. The arms are merely just up, shoulders are down, getting a sense of your length. Nice, tall length, axial extension. Excellent. Take the arms down. One comes to the chair, if you like. So now what I have is my hip, my left hip to the chair, left hand on the chair. I'm going to do some balancing now. So transfer weight over to the left leg as you begin to take the weight off the right. Hand is on the chair. Very slow motion. We're going to lift that right leg and lower. When it comes down to the floor, it touches the floor, but we're not transferring the weight to it. We hold our weight on the left side. So see if you can bring the core in so it's not so much the quad lifting. Nice. One more. And back. Two-footed balance. Come to the other side. So we have our right leg, right hip next to the chair. We have our hand on the chair. Transfer weight over there. And slowly lift. Again, keep your gaze forward. Keep your heart space open. Shoulders back. Nice and easy. I will do two more on this side. A lot of this is about focus and concentration, so finding that spot on the wall. And down, back to 2 feet. Now just separate your legs. Have your feet parallel, but knees wide. Bend into the knees, hands on your waist, and just circle at the waist. Nice. It's actually called a hip circle, so it's not so much that you're circling at the waist, but you're moving your hips around. Other direction. I probably said this before, but doing this reminds me of hula hoops and how that was a skill. It felt like we just were born knowing. And if you've tried it anytime recently, it's not like riding a bike. I don't even know if it's a thing anymore. Come up, turn the toes outward, line yourself up, and then come into a 5-pointed star, gazing slightly upward or straight ahead. Turning the palms, bringing them down. Nice. Now take your feet so they're parallel again, bend into the knees again, hands on your waist or one on the chair, and we're going to pelvic tilt, tuck the pelvis under, tip it back, tuck it under, and back. So just moving our core, pelvic region, finding that movement in there. And you might think about this as when the tailbone is back, belly is forward, tuck the tailbone, belly retracts. Nice. Great. Now pause, turn your toes outward again. Neutralize, think about your pelvis as it moved. Now send it into neutral. Okay, got a natural curve there in the lumbar spine. But what we don't want is stuck way back here or stuck way back forward here. We want as neutral as possible. Keeping it in neutral, you've got your toes open. Now come into 5-pointed star, thinking about the whole length of your spine. And it's like from the point where the spine enters into the skull, down to the tailbone, you could draw a straight line, straightening out those curves in the spine that are naturally there to come into axial extension. Great job. Turning the heels back in towards the chair. Let's keep our chair. I just need a quick bit of nourishment here. Okay. So you've got your right side to the chair. Taking your left foot, I'm going to have to come forward quite a bit here, but you just guide your feet where they need to be so that we can come into warrior one. So I'm taking my left foot forward and I'm angling my back leg. I'm going to bend into that front knee. No, make sure that you can still see your toes as your knee is bent. And then taking your arms up, looking straight ahead or looking upward. Maybe you just have one arm up. Feel tall through the torso and grounded through the legs for warrior one. Now we're going to take and turn it into warrior two. The legs stay exactly the same. We turn our body towards the chair. We bring our arms down so that one is forward and one is back. Thinking about this opening here. Nice. Warrior one and now warrior two. And then come right back out of it and bring the feet together. Okay, to the other side. I'm going to take my right foot forward. This foot, the toes are pointed straight ahead. The back foot angled so that the heel of the front foot lines up with the arch of the back. We face forward on this one. Now bend into that front knee. Again, just so it's over your foot, but you still see your toes. And now bring one or both arms up. It's always, they are called warriors after all. And when I am in one, I do feel powerful, and I always feel like I have to take a nice deep inhale and exhale to settle into this. Because you are using most all of your body, all the muscles to hold you here. And now take and turn the body. Back arm goes straight back, and the front arm goes forward. And you're looking out and over your front arm. Perfecto. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. And release the arms down. Bring the feet together. Shake everything out. Great. Just roll the shoulders a couple of times. Take an inhale. Exhale. Grab a drink. And now face your chair. Okay. So we're going to start in standing mountain, facing the chair, having your hands or maybe just some fingers on the chair. We're going to look straight ahead. We're going to come up onto the balls of the feet and then come back down. Come up and come back down. Come up and hold. If you take your hands away and back down. Come up and hold and back down. One more time, come up and hold. If it's available, if you take one hand up, if you take them both up. Now back down, legs down, bend into the knees, keep the knees over the feet. Feel your Achilles tendon stretching out. And just go into a couple of slightly deeper knee bends. Nice. All right. Holding here, keep the right foot where it is. Slide the left one straight back. We're going to bend into the front knee. We want to get a nice stretch in the calf and the Achilles. So just find that place where you're getting that great stretch. Now you can hip hinge a little bit forward if you'd like. Keep the spine long, or you could take your hands to your thigh and hip hinge a little bit forward. Making sure that back heel stays on the ground. Inhale and exhale, we're building up some heat. And come back up and switch legs. Left foot forward again, slide that right one back. They're parallel to each other. Your body stays tall as you bend the knee and feel that back heel on the floor, feel the calf stretching out, Achilles tendon. Again, you can come forward. So kind of see that length all the way from the heel up to the head, kind of a straight line. Or you can take it a little bit farther forward, still keeping the shoulders back. And come on up and come back around to the front. Bring your weight onto your left leg, lift your right one and just circle. Nice. Other direction. Down, inside leg, circle. And other direction. Now just place that foot down, toes follow the foot on the ground, put a little weight on it. It's a great stretch for the arch. Other side, toes down, follow the foot down, and press down. And back. All right, we'll come back to our chair. Just alter this before I sit. Stand in front of the chair, back right up to it, hip hinge, arms forward, and sit down. Okay, great. And just come to realign yourself in your seated mountain. There, that's better. Pressing your back against the chair, letting those shoulders come back, feet on the floor, nice, squared off ankles. Feel comfort and the support of being in the chair. Feel how your muscles just kind of melt into the support. Nice. Now lift our left leg, either here or here, and then just guide it over, or keeping it down here. Guide it over, allowing the hip to passively open up, or you can help it with your hand on the thigh, either a little pulsing pressure or a steady pressure on it. While you're doing that, with your left hand, you can take your right hand and just press into the arch of your foot. Bend your toes back, open them up. You can give yourself a little massage around the ankles. Nice. Great. Now take the hands to the front. The hip hinge, so the whole body comes forward, maybe just a few inches. Feel that nice stretch you're getting in the hips. One hip, the one hip. And come forward. So you keep your gaze straight ahead and come back. And come forward, we'll hold it just a little bit longer. Back off if it's too much. And release, and just let that. So we flexed and stretched that muscle and many muscles around the hip, and now we're just giving them some comfort. Nice. Lifting the leg up and off, place it down, and then just side to side. Great. Foot down. Bring your right leg up, or maybe it's behind here. Help it over. Let it just land there. Maybe you give a little pulsing pressure or steady pressure. And then maybe you also come to the foot. Press the toes forward and back. Take your thumb right into your arch. And I know I've said this before, but every night before I go to bed, I'm barefoot. And I put a golf ball on the floor. And I just roll that whole center area of my foot back and forth on the golf ball. It just releases the tendons that can get really tight in there. And I can't say that it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It does feel uncomfortable, but I have forever gotten leg cramps in the night, and some of that is diet and vitamins, but some of it is just the exercise that I do. And so I went to my local golf course, Keys, for those of you around here, one morning, and just on the outside next to the road collected some golf balls, and that's what I use. All right, hands come to the front, sternum forward. At the end of class, I will take and get my golf ball and show you what I do. Nice. And let's come forward and just hold it for a moment. At the same time, we're pressing into the floor with the foot that's on the floor. And back, and just side to side. Nice. And take the leg down, open and close. And back. And sitting back in your chair, letting your hands be lightly on your thighs. Your shoulders are down and back. Just let your head draw forward. So we're moving into the meditation and the relaxation part of class, where we let the body assimilate all of our movements. We let the muscles come to ease. We let our brain remain calm as we focus on our breath. And even just the sense of the hands touching the thighs, the back touching your chair, your feet touching the floor, focusing on our senses. Sensation of the breath as it moves your ribcage out and in, or your belly out and in. We've taken our breath, or rather allowed our breath, to be our natural inhale and exhale. Our jaw is relaxed. Maybe your eyes are closed. Giving yourself to the challenge to stay in this present moment, to not be thinking about what you're going to do when class is over, but to just stay right here. Returning your focus time and again to the sensation of touch and movement. So that movement of the breath, part of it would be a sense of hearing. Are you hearing your breath? and then feeling the in and out of the breath. Maybe your jaw becomes slack even as you sit here. Maybe you become aware of bird sounds or wind. Maybe the image of flowers outside your house or near your house come to mind. Stay in the moment. Bring yourself back to the breath, back to sensation. Either staying right where you are or bringing your hands into prayer. Here's a loving kindness meditation. This would be something that you would repeat over and over silently to yourself. I am going to send it to you. So it's going to be may you. If you were saying it to yourself, it would be may I. Okay. May you be protected and safe. May you love yourself just as you are. May you live with ease and grace. May you know that joy is possible in this very moment. The light in me honors and sees the light in each of you. With peace, gratitude, and compassion. Namaste.